A very good morning to all of you. Myself Soumya Tripathi, working as Assistant Professor in Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology, Greater Noida, which is being affiliated from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. In today's lecture, I am going to highlight you on our food resource, which comes under the Environmental Science Code BP 2060. Here I will discuss in detail about what is food resource, how we are going to save our food resource, what are the importance of food resource, and how we are going to see what are the drawbacks of our food resource, that there are so many laggings, we are not able to sustain, we are not able to give all these food items to each and everyone. So, we have to focus on that, we have to see the proper conservation techniques and method. Starting from the introduction part, here you see food refers to the anything that is eaten by man which gives energy. We are taking food, we are using food for having some energy, and we are taking all these energy from different sources. So, here you see which is able to meet physiological need and the growth of body for two things. First one is for physiological need, and second for the growth of human body we need the food, and this food is taken from our different sources, different origin. In this second point, food is any substance consumed to provide nutritional support. We are having, it is very much necessary to have a nutritional value to our diet. So, all the food items which we are taking, we all have some nutritional value, and they provide support to our life. For doing any activity we need food. So, it is very much important. It is usually of plant and animal origin. We can take food from two different sources. We can take food from plant as well as from animal in a different form, and contain essential elements such as protein, vitamins, fat and mineral, and all the essential element we can take from these two origin, plant and animal. Like protein, we take fat, vitamins and minerals from different sources. Out of 1000 type of edible plants, and there are so many different type of edible plants and animal as we seen, but among them only 3 dozen type form major food items, and they provide the supplement. So, we have to check, we have to see what are the important food items, they provide us the supplement, and we have to focus on that only. Now, the second thing which we have to focus on that food resource is the agriculture. If we will follow the proper agriculture method, we will follow the proper technical method, modern agriculture should be increased, then we are going to increase our food production. And this is the basic priority for all of us, that we have to focus on the agriculture practice method. Like agriculture is the major source, and this agriculture is the basic source, major source for our food production. So, we have a key observation on our agriculture practice, and we have to see how we are going to conserve it. Now, importance of food. What is the importance of food? The importance of food is basically for three reasons. First, for physical and mental health, we need food. For protection and regulation of body need, we need food. And lastly, for the energy source, we require food for our survival, and it is used for the maintaining all body process and different activity, we need food items. So, these are the importance of food. Here we are showing you the slide that what are the different sources of food, how we are taking food from different source. I have pointed here that in ancient time the Princeton society obtained food mainly by hunting. During the ancient time, they obtained food by the hunting method and the gathering, and nowadays in modern science, modern society, we are taking the food best by agriculture and cultivation method. So, this is a basic difference in Princeton society and the modern society. One thing we are also we are taking the food from fishing method, domestication of animal, we are taking food from different source nowadays, but in Princeton society they are only taking the food by hunting and gathering. Now, one term that I have quoted here, that agriculture revolution. What is agriculture revolution? We have to think on that, how we are going to increase, how we are going to protect our agriculture revolution. This means that with the application of science and technology, the world food supply can be increased remarkably. We have to think on the increased production of our grains so that we can fulfill the requirement of all the people living in our planet. So, we have to use different techniques, newer science on that particular land, so that we are going to increase the production, and these all things together is known as the agriculture revolution. Means when we are going to utilize, when we are going to handle the newer technology, newer science in a particular land, so we are going to definitely increase the production, and when there is a big production, we are going to have the fulfillment of all the people living on this particular planet. So, we have to focus on this also. Now, here I have quoted the two basic sources, two basic origin which I have quoted here. The food are the basic requirement for life and source. For sustaining our life, we require food. For taking energy, we require food. For doing any metabolic activity, we require food. So, we can take food from basically two things, from plants and from animal. From plant, we can take food from their different parts, like from root, stem, leaf, fruits and seed, we can take our food supplement, and from animal we can take different things like milk, we can take fish, egg and meat, and they all are rich in the nutritional value. So, we can take both from plant and animal, we can take the nutrients and survive our life. Now, in this slide I am going to elaborate what are the world food supply, how we are going to increase the world food supply, because this is very much important concern that if we are going to increase the food resource, we have to focus on all these parameters. We have to adopt all these techniques for the increasing our world food supply. First is the mixed farming. We have to focus on mixed farming practice. We have to educate our farmers for the mixed farming techniques. Second is good irrigation facility. We have to improve the irrigation facilities so that we can cultivate, we can have a proper modern agriculture. Control of soil erosion, this is also next important parameter, that if we are going to control the soil erosion, we are controlling our land. So, when we are going to control our land, we can able to cultivate maximum number of crop on a particular land. So, we have to focus on this soil erosion also. We have to use quality seed. We have to not use unnecessary any seed on that particular land. We have to use the nutritive seed, quality seed, that on a small land we are able to generate maximum number of crop. So, this is also important parameter. Use of insecticide and fertilizers. We have to focus, we have to key observation when we are going to buy this insecticide and fertilizers. We have to see whether it is natural or chemical. We have to focus on the natural insecticide and fertilizers so that they cannot put any harm to our land. So, this is also very important. Availability of storage and market facility. After doing all these parameters, we have to focus on the storage. We have to focus how we are going to store all these items. After harvesting our food product, we have to proper store. We have to make the proper storage system so that they cannot destroy, they cannot hamper our food item. So, for storage we have to make proper cold storage facility, we have to make proper packaging system so that we can save our food item for our next year. Market facilities should also be enhanced, because without the given facility we are not able to distribute our food resource to the other one. So, we have to focus on storage as well as on market facility so that each one can enjoy our food resource. Now, here one term I have quoted, green revolution. Green revolution means, what do you mean by the green revolution, agriculture revolution? Here again green revolution means resulted in the remarkable increase in the food production which made the country self-sufficient and the quality of food can be increased. the main motive of our green revolution is that we have to increase the quality of food, and when we are going to talk about the quality of food, we have to increase all these practices in our farming, and by this farming we have our country self sufficient to produce the food item. No one in our country can suffer from this food resource. So, this again very important parameter, we have to practice, we have to focus, we have a key observation on our green revolution, that each one can enjoy our food item, no one is in our country can suffer from that particular one. Now, here you see I have quoted, I have mentioned one chart for that. When we are going to follow all these practice, mixed farming, proper aggregation, quality seed, proper storage, after doing all such type of thing, we have to pass that grain to that industry. In industry, they all are going to having a processing, packaging, proper packaging will be done, proper processing should be done, and after industrial settlement it will come to the distributor, where all the consumer can have a all the supermarket can allow all the product, and they have a proper choice of the product they want, and then after distributor it will come on the consumer hand, and they will enjoy all the food supply or the food item. So, by this way we can also run our food resource. Now, what are the world food problem? Our world is facing so many problems. First problem is that large population. Due to this large population, our world is facing some food problems, and second is the cost. This cost is related to our farmers, that our farmers are not having too much money, so that they can afford all the fertilizers and pesticide. So, basically as a today's and we will discuss here the two basic major problem we all are facing, especially our farmers are facing, that they are not able to produce a large number of crops on that particular land, because if we are talking for the large population, as our population is going to increase, we have a very limited land for the cultivation. So, this is a very basic need for our farmer, that we have also required, as our population increase, we required more number of land, and this is not possible. So, we have to think on that. If population is increasing, we have to increase our land also for the cultivation, for the fulfillment of our food resource. And if we will talk about the cost, cost is also a very serious topic for our farmers, that they are not having such money that they can buy advanced seed, advanced fertilizer. So, this is also a big deal. Here we see, in spite of green revolution, as we have talked previously that we will focus on the green revolution, but how it is possible? In spite of green revolution, it could not meet the need of growing population. The green revolution can only be attempted if we have a proper land, but as our population is increasing, we have to give land for the settlement of that population. So, here we are not maintaining the proper agriculture technique. So, for that agriculture land are converted into urban area. Why in the urban area? Because they need land for settlement of their own. Second point which we are discussing here, the farmer cannot afford fertilizers and pesticide. Why they are not? Because of less money, they will not buy the proper fertilizers. Okay, they will also always prefer the less costly fertilizers and the pesticide. So, this is a big reason. Again, one reason they face, that due to the land is not very cultivated, the soil is not very fertile. They are doing all their hard working, but they are not able to cultivate the proper amount of crop on that particular land. So, this is also a big problem for our farmers, that they are not able to have a sufficient amount of grain from that particular land. Again, problem they face, that weather and climate. Uncertain weather and uncertain climatic change we are not able to control. So, again this is a challenging factor for our farmers, that they are facing such type of problem. Now here we see the absence of food security, which basically depends on two factors. First is on food availability and second is on purchasing power. We are facing such type of things. In this slide we will discuss what are the food problems in India. Why in India we are facing the food problem? In spite of green revolution, agriculture revolution, still we are facing some of the problem. So we will discuss here, there are principal causes of food storage in India. First one is the poverty. This is the main reason we are facing the food problem in our country, in our India, that poverty and lack of purchasing power. We have not sufficient, every individual in this planet is not having a sufficient amount of money so that they can buy all the food items. So due to the poverty, they are below the poverty line, they are not able to purchase all the food items. So this is a basic reason. Second, excessive growth of population lead to the shortage of food. As we have told you, our population is increasing day by day, so there is a need of proper land and we are not able to provide the proper land for our farmers. So there is a shortage of food item. We are not able to maintain an equilibrium between the population as well as in the agriculture. So this is also a very big issue. Now lack of cold storage facility. We have discussed in our previous slide that we have to also focus, after doing all the science and technologies on our agriculture, we have to focus on the storage. If we are not going to have a key observation on the storage facility, we are having some problem in our food production. So we have to set a special guideline, we have to set a special rooms for the storage facility so that we can store our grains for a longer period of time. Because nowadays we are not focusing on the storage facility, we are only focused on our cultivation part. So we have to focus on this also. Wastage of food for ignorance of preserving method. We have to focus on preserving, how we are going to preserve our food item. After harvesting, we have to focus on both things, on storage as well as on preserving, and for the transportation facility, for providing this food item to a different group or to the different country, cities. We have to focus on that also. Rather than only thinking on the production, we have to also think on that parameter also. Wastage of food in wrong process in cooking. During cooking we are wasting a huge amount of food. So we have to stop on that, we have to take care of that also. Leftover food from the kitchen must be stored and packed and given to the poor and animal. We have to think this also, that when we are celebrating any of the function, any of the ceremony, there are so many leftover food we are having. So we have to pack it properly and give it to the needy one, give it to the poor and animals, so that we cannot waste our food item. So we have to think on that also. How to solve food problem? There are some specific rules by which we are going to solve this problem of the food shortage in India. First one is the introduction of improved method of cultivation based on science and technology. Means we have to focus on green revolution. How we are going to follow green revolution? By adopting newer techniques, newer technologies, newer science in our cultivation method. By this way we can improve our practices, improve our agriculture practice. Second, improvement of financial and educational status of Indian cultivator. Here Indian cultivator means farmers. Those who are cultivating our food for us, they are known as Indian cultivators. So we have to increase their financial position. Nowadays our government has taken so many steps, but still we have to focus deep concern on that only, that the financial and educational status of that person should also be increased who involved in our Indian cultivation method. Okay. Third one, balancing demand with supply. As our population is going to increase, we have to make a equilibrium position between demand as well as supply. By this technique we can also solve this food problems. Proper public distributions. proper distribution should be performed. No, not a single group of people can enjoy maximum food and one is suffering from that. No, this should not be done. We have to distribute all our food item in a very proper manner so that each and every one can enjoy our food supplement. Lastly, the proper transportation facility. This is very much important, that this transportation facility means we have, by this technique we can transport, we can manage, we can give this grains to each and every individual, to each and every locality we can supply our food items. So, this is also a very important topic which have to be, this can also be used for solving the food problems. Protection of food from rat, insect and harmful chemicals. We have to protect our food. After harvesting, we have to focus on the protection parameter. Now, overgrazing. What do you mean by overgrazing? This overgrazing is also sometime harmful for our food resource. Like livestock is an important source of food in many countries including India. Meat and milk are obtained from livestock, hence livestock needs to feed on grassland. Means these livestock which they feed on our grassland, and due to this feeding we are facing, there are some adverse effect of our overgrazing. I have listed some of them, like overgrazing removes the vegetation cover. Vegetation cover of our soil is removed by this. So, this is a very adverse effect for us. Plant population regeneration, the capacity of plant population, which how they can regenerate itself, they are also lost. So, this is also a basic parameter. Expose the soil. After overgrazing, the soil is exposed to different chemicals, different pollutants. So, this is also a harmful effect for our soil. Leads to soil erosion. If soil erosion occur, our fertility of the soil degradation, landslide will occur, nutritional value of soil will get lost. So, we have to also suffer from this by overgrazing. Loss of water infiltration, the capacity of soil to hold the water is also lost. So, these are the adverse effect by overgrazing, number of adverse effect we are facing in our agriculture process. Now, agriculture and its impact. What is the basic impact of agriculture? Agriculture is necessary as it is only the source of food, as we all know, but it date back as long as the human existence. It impacts include, what its impact include? First, fertilizer related problem, pesticide related problem, water logging and salinity problem. These 4 problems are related with our agriculture and we are suffering from this, like fertilizer related problem, pesticide, water and salinity. These all problems are very serious for all of us. Here we will see a talk on modern agriculture, because as we are talking for our food resource, we have to talk on the modern agriculture. Modern agriculture refers to the carrying of agriculture with the proper use of science and technology, and with the intensive use of irrigation facility we have to improve our modern agriculture. And for increasing this, we have to focus on chemical fertilizers, high yielding variety of seeds, pesticide and insecticides should be have in a priority manner, and modern farm machinery with a view of obtaining higher agriculture productivity and production, we have to focus on this also. And this all is called the green revolution, which we are talking in our previous slide. What are the benefits of modern agriculture? There are so many number of benefits of modern agriculture, like it contribute to the herald of agriculture crop, it create awareness and interest among the farmers. By doing this practice, our farmers are very much interested for farming. So, it create awareness and interest to our farmers by implementation of better techniques. In a very short period of time, they are going to increase their productivity. So, it is very interesting for our farmers also. It improves the income of the farmers. This is also a big benefit. Raise the standard of living standard. The living standard of our farmer is also increased. Improve the incomes income improves, increase the employment opportunity for our different people, and it also lastly it increase the economy of our country, and our economy is also increased by this factor. So, there are also some adverse effect of modern agriculture. First, fertilizer related problem. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer leads to micronutrient imbalance in the soil. When we are going to use the excessive use of fertilizer, then the micronutrition of our soil is going to degrade. So, this is a problem for by this modern agriculture. Nitrogen and phosphorus used in the agriculture field is worst of. These nitrogen and phosphorus which we are using in our agriculture, they are washed off and released to their neighboring water bodies, and they will cause the eutrophication, and this eutrophication is very much serious problem for our ecosystem, for our water body. All the water animal, they are going to deplete, they are going to they will not going to sustain their life because of this eutrophication. So, this is a very big problem for our ecosystem. Second problem is pesticide related problem. Excessive use of pesticide kill not only the targeted pest, but they can also kill non-targeted pests. So, this is also a problem for of this modern agriculture. Affects the quality of food crop, resulting in the adverse of human health. It also affect the health of the human. Waterlogging system. Waterlogging means excessive water get accumulated in the field due to the inadequate drainage system. So, this again is a problem for this modern agriculture, and it is because of over irrigation of agriculture field. When we are going to do the over irrigation facility in that particular field, this will we will face. Mechanical strength is very poor in waterlogged soil. Again, this is a problem for. Now, the fourth last point which we are going to discuss, salinity of water. The use of saline water for agriculture is the problem of modern agriculture. Presence of excess salt in the soil will also hamper our modern agriculture. Reduce the crop production, and genetic diversity of agriculture is also seen, and we are going to improve the fruit production by different techniques. First, by training our farmers for newer techniques, cultivation, agriculture and crop rotation. Second, by construction of water storage reservoir. Third, by improving the irrigation system and canal networking. By this we can also improve our food production. Adopting water conservation and water harvesting system techniques in our agriculture, and adopting soil reclamation improvement process in our system. By this way we are going to save our food resource, our food production, and these are the techniques we all should follow to improve our food resource. Thank you.